what I try to encourage parents to do is, first of all, get your emotions in check, because it's very easy to freak out, to become angry, um, to become unbelievably sad, to feel like you've blown it as a parent or your child is wrecked.
Mhm.
And number one, you want to rein in those emotions, because when you do have this conversation with your teen, you want to be someone that they can move toward. And if you're freaking out and you're angry and you're making accusations and you're crying, you are not someone that your teen is going to move toward.
Mhm.
You want to cultivate an environment where your teenager will feel comfortable being honest and vulnerable with you. And keep in mind, mom or dad, that this is something that your teenager could be feeling quite a bit of shame, guilt, anger. Maybe they feel like you violated their privacy and they're mad about that. So you've got to rein in your emotions and understand that your teenager is feeling a lot of emotions on their own. And I'm a big fan of car rides for difficult conversations for what I think are some pretty obvious reasons. I have to keep my eyes on the road, and I've got a teenager in the passenger seat that does not have to make eye contact with me. Um, that may not be possible, but try to find an appropriate time and place where you can be alone with your teen to have this conversation. And you might have to wait a day or two, okay, for that time. But it's so important, the environment that the conversation takes place in, that you want to make sure you're settled down. You want to make sure that your teen's in an environment where they feel comfortable. And then I encourage parents to just be direct. Um, hey, I found this browser tab open. Would like to talk to you about it. And you set the tone as the parent right off the bat.
Mhm.
You set the tone and be direct. You don't have to be accusatory. You don't have to be emotional. Um, you just want to state facts. I found this on your phone. Can we talk about this? And your team will likely respond to the tone that you set. So that's for starters.
To your point about the fact that they're already probably feeling some sort of guilt, shame, whatever that is, what happens when you do that? By the way, I love the car ride uh, tool. That's very good. But you confront them about it. You ask them about it, and they're they're looking at it, but they flat out deny. It's not mine. I don't know what that is. Not they're not taking responsibility. What do you how do you handle that part of the conversation?
Yeah, to be honest with you, they could be telling the truth.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is you can be doing absolutely nothing wrong on the internet, and there's a misleading link that takes you to something explicit. It's very possible that unsolicited pictures could be sent to you. Um, so I would caution parents, not to jump the gun, um, because they may not have the smoking gun.
Hmm.
And there are legitimate other explanations. But that doesn't mean that this still isn't a good time to talk about pornography.
Mm.
Um, even if, even if you don't believe them, um, work with what they give you. You
Mm.
know, hey, that just popped up. Okay, well then we need to talk about what precautions we have on your phone to keep things like that from
Mm.
popping up. Um, there's a number of apps out there for social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. If you look in the App Store, they are rated 12 years old and up.
Mhm.
All three of those apps, if you look in the App Store under content, say that there is infrequent nudity, suggestive themes. They say things like, I was just going to look at Instagram, um, sexual themes.
Mhm.
So parents, be on the apps that your kids are on. Make sure you understand their content rating and what kind of content they give your teen access to.
Mhm.
Because a number of these apps, I think of Snapchat, and parents, they think these pictures with bunny ears, from the filters are really, really cute, and they are. But Snapchat also has stories that they suggest. And they also give access to the internet that's unfiltered. So, to answer your question, if there's a flat out denial, um, there still needs to be an explanation of how this got on your device.
Mm.
And if you need to be an expert in your child. Do they have a history of telling you hard truths, being honest with you about hard things? Do they have a track record with you of being brutally honest, or do they have a track record with you of being very dishonest?
Mhm.
You need to be a student of your child so that you can read those answers. But regardless of what you know they say, there was still pornographic material on a device,
Mhm.
and that has to be addressed.
So being a student and an expert of your child, that is good stuff.